Today is Saturday, and I love Saturdays because I can sleep in, and I have a habit now of waking up early, and when I woke up early today, I immediately thought about going to work, but then when I didn't have to go to work, I felt relieved. I slept in a little bit and woke up. My normal routine after I wake up is to have a shower and then have a coffee and then go on my laptop and do whatever on my laptop. Then at about 11 I went to the osteopath, and I go to an osteopath because I sit down a lot in my life, and so it's good preventative. It's good prevention for any back problems I have, and I sometimes do feel back problems. So I figure it's not harmful to have regular osteopath treatment. And I got massaged, and some of the tense muscles around my back were relieved. It was a little bit painful, but it was all right. Afterwards, while I was out of the house, I figured I might go to Chemist Warehouse to buy some shampoo and spray-on deodorant. I really like the spray-on deodorant as opposed to the roll-on deodorant because it's just easier to spray something on. And the brand that I like is it's called Sukin. Sukin spray-on deodorant, or no, Sukin natural deodorant is what it's called. And the shampoo I got was also a Sukin brand. It's an Australian brand. And so when I went to buy it from Chemist Warehouse, which is like a discount pharmacy, I just noticed that there was such large traffic and there was cars everywhere. I got a parking space. There's a lot of parking space, and I eventually got one. If you're willing to walk a bit, then it's easy to find a parking space, and I don't mind walking. But while walking through the parking space, it just reminded me of just how much of a wasteland a parking space is. There's just cars everywhere, and there's bits of rubbish here and there. It's kind of a neglected place. It's a purely utilitarian thing. It's just a place where people park their cars, and it was a busy day, and there was cars everywhere, so it was congested, and I had to look right, look left all the time to make sure that I wasn't run over. People might think I'm paranoid for being fearful of being run over, but it happens, and I don't see any harm in being careful. When I got into the chemist, the place was just packed with people, and there was a sale on, so that could have been why. But just being surrounded by so many people just made me feel really uncomfortable. There was a lot of old people there as well. Now, I understand that everyone grows old, and I'll be old as well. So it's not like I'm putting down people, but old people, but it just reminded me that you know, we don't all stay young. We get old, and this old woman that I saw had strange dandruff in her hair, and she was quite obese and just struggling along, trying to walk everywhere. And then I saw a lot of other people, a lot of Chinese people in these chemists. Supposedly they buy it up cheap and then package it and move it to China where they can resell it. So it was just a crowded place, and there was just something about the being exposed to so much humans that made me feel uncomfortable. I definitely think I'm a misanthrope. Something that I remember from yesterday while I was at work was there was someone at work talking about Donald Trump and how in the election, one of the reasons why he won was that the city areas, the coastal city areas, are usually always Democratic areas, whereas the rural areas are Republican. But what made Trump win was the swing in the sort of the middle area, so not really the rural area, which was always going to vote for Trump, and not really the urban areas, which were always going to be for the Democrats. But the rural areas, usually the industrial areas, people who are sort of middle class industrial workers who were probably had fairly comfortable unionized work, were probably the victims of globalization, and so they switched from Obama to Donald Trump. But I was reminded that it was also because of anger because of issues being raised that have no relevance to the situation. So if someone were to lose a job at a steel mill, they don't want to have to think about lesbianism or LGBTI or anything else. But and I think this a lot of people feel that lesbians or whoever get preferential treatment from the government, and they feel that they are greater victims, and so they deserve government handouts. But I think this is it's a bit of a trap, because what these people probably need, in my opinion, is a universal basic income. It's clear from history that free market capitalism can generate a lot of wealth, and the rise of global capitalism has resulted in enormous wealth generation and has driven many people out from poverty. So worldwide wealth in the last century has gone up considerably, there's been a incredible escape from poverty for many people, and a lot of wealth generation in pretty much all countries. Well, not all countries, but many countries. India, China, Brazil, even Russia, the US, even Europe, everywhere. But the thing is that free trade and globalization, it creates winners, but there are also losers from globalization, and the problem is that what's needed for these people, I think, is just simple redistribution of wealth. Just tax the rich and just give that money to the poor. That's the simple answer, I think. But the problem is that what the rich are doing is that they're baiting the poor with these issues by they're trying to make a scapegoat. So they're saying, the problem is, immigrants or lesbians or, feminism, and so the poor fall for this because they have a scapegoat. They blame them and they want to, hurt them, so they vote for, right-wing politicians who then simply proceed to cut taxes for, global corporations and globalize even more. So people, I think, want, more redistribution, more socialism, but they're tricked into voting for the right wing who use divide and conquer to, get the masses to fight among themselves while they just take everything. So I think that's the main problem. And like I said, the key is in being able to recognize this and educate people on it, and just tell them to vote for more direct redistribution. Vote for something that will actually help them, rather than just try to blame other people for your problems. That's the solution.